Alright, today I'm going to be showing you all how to take care of your crickets till they get fed to your reptiles, and how to dust them and what not to do. Okay, first of all I'm going to show you what not to do. When you first get your crickets, you want to take them straight home and put them in an enclosure, something like this I've prepared. But do not leave them in the bag. If you leave them in the bag, they die, they look nasty, and it's a waste of money. Here we go. We have some live crickets. I asked for 20. He hooked me up with about 23. Sweet. So let's get these guys locked away. Now before we put these guys in their cage, we want to go ahead and set it up so they have something to eat. So let's start with that. Here I have some cricket feed and some cricket quench. Here I've filled 2 little capsules of the cricket feed and the cricket quench. Go ahead and set these down in your little cricket cage. Lock up the top and pour your crickets in. Now that we have our crickets in, we can put our little tubes inside. These give a place for the crickets to hide, make them feel more like at home. And also, when it comes to feeding time, the idea is you just pull these little puppies out, and there should be crickets inside, and you just shake them in the cage. Now before we just start throwing crickets in the cage, you're going to want to think about supplements for your crested geckos. If you're feeding them the crested gecko diet, you're fine there. But when you start feeding them crickets, you're going to want to go ahead and supplement with some vitamins and calcium, especially if you're breeding like I am. Now here I got some Reptivite, and here I also have some Jurassical. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure out a 1/4 teaspoon of the Reptivite. Now it doesn't really matter how much I'm going to measure out, but I want an idea how much I'm measuring out because of the Jurassical. Reptivite already has calcium in it. I just want to put a little bit more into it. Really though, my measurement tools suck. I put a 1/4 teaspoon into this cup, but when it comes down to really small measurements, all I got is a smidgen. So let's go ahead and put it in there. 1 smidge. Now that we've got our bottom chamber full, let's go ahead and put the top on. Put on the lid, screw the bottom and top tight, and now we're ready to dust some crickets. Let's see if we find any stupid crickets in the tubes. How we doing in there? Oh yeah! Let's go ahead and prepare them for death. Good to go. Go ahead and slide this shut. And what I like to do is I don't necessarily shake these guys to death, but go ahead and try to tap loose some of this dust. Once I've knocked the dust out of the reservoir, I'll go ahead and spin these guys so they tumble into the dust. And there we go. Good to go. Nicely dusted crickets. This also comes with a handy extraction tube. We'll go ahead and put that down in there. I found in the last year of doing this, it's almost easier to just shake them out. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and pour some in. Pretty cool that they're white now. Makes them easier targets. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Go ahead, rate me 5 stars. Go ahead, subscribe. Definitely subscribe, because if I have any baby crested geckos, you'll be the first ones to know it. I'm going to go ahead and take footage of that and show the world. And any other updates I might have for y'all. Alright, stay cool.